So the really good news is we are saved by grace, God's grace to us. And our part, simple but important, is we put our faith in that grace of God. So my first question to you, what is faith? What does it look like for you guys?
I think for me, it's making the choice to trust and then living by that choice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I would say probably trusting in something or someone, placing your trust in that thing or person.
How would you feel if I told you I have got an app on my phone? It's a faithometer. It measures people's faith in God.
I'd be a bit worried.
A bit worried, okay. Okay, so if I were to switch the app on, or you do it yourself, self-diagnosis, where would you put yourself in the faith, your level of faith in God? Say 1 to 10. And remember, I got an app here so I can measure.
I'd probably say about a 6 because, I think my faith kind of varies depending on my circumstances, really.
Okay.
Yeah, I think similarly to Jude, my faith depends on the day and the circumstances. But in general, I find it relatively easy to put my faith in such a reliable God.
Okay, cool. You're in good company. And in Luke 17, there's a beautiful story where the disciples, out of desperation, make a demand of Jesus. It's not even a nice question. It's kind of a increase our faith. They'd had enough. And I guess just trying to keep up with Jesus would have been tiring, but their faith was not what it should have been. So they make this demand, increase our faith. And Jesus gives them a metaphor. It's a beautiful metaphor. He says, disciples, unless you have faith as big as a mountain, you can't follow me.
I don't think it was a mountain, was it?
Indeed. He does talk about a mountain, but what he does say, he says, unless your faith is as small as a mustard seed, a poppy seed, a speck, then you can follow God. And then you can move mountains. So the deal here is Jesus says it's not the size of your faith, it's where you put it. It's the object of that faith. And if I'm honest, I flip that around. I have too much focus on my faith and not enough focus on the size of God. In the book of Isaiah 31, there's a beautiful promise where God gives to his people. They're in trouble. There's an army against them. And he says to them, put your faith not in your soldiers, not in your numbers, not in your chariots. Put your faith in me. And whether it's God's people then or God's people today, we are encouraged to put our mustard seed size, scrawny, weak faith in him, a big God, because his grace compensates our lack of faith often.